Hey, what's up guys, we're in today's YouTube video. Today we're going Funko Pop hunting down to the mall, and I do apologize, this video's coming out really late. I barely got home and I'm trying to make all this content for you guys, and so it's a little bit late when this video will drop. However, we still do intend to stream. I do intend to stream some Last of Us or some Marvel Rivals, so if you guys can introduce, smash the like button, hit the subscription, helps the channel immensely. I do apologize, yesterday's art short didn't get out. I was in the midst of making it, and my marker, like typical, my marker runs out of ink, so I had to go stop by Hobby Lobby, which is the store I get my markers from, and by the time I came back home, it was already super late. I had to do some other stuff. I've been really busy this week, so I apologize. Content's been kind of like lackluster and crazy, like all over the place, but we're gonna get back more on a consistent stream going forward, and obviously starting with today's video. So tomorrow we'll have the art short out tomorrow. It is a Kakashi drawing like someone's been requesting, so we'll get that done. So let's get down to the mall, see what they do have, because I'm hoping they have some pretty cool stuff.
So for today's video, we came over to the mall, and I do see like Zabuza, they have Denji right there, but they have that new Naruto wave. This is, look at this. All of them are, except Sasuke's here, because he's in Sakura, Naruto, Iruka, obviously Zabuza, and I believe that was everybody? Yeah, except for Sasuke. Sakura upside down, Tamayo, sorry. Oh, they have Pickle Rig, that's a really cool one to see. There's also Red Guardian, sorry if you hear my sister, she's in the background. Monster High, Demon Slayer, Snow White. If you go way up there, I can barely show. There's nothing that's new. If you go down here, they do have like more, that's the older Naruto. It's the older but newer set, you know. They have that new Spider-Man though from freshman year, which is a set I do want to pick up, but I don't know if we're gonna get that today. There's also like Genya, a couple of those older random pieces, but let's go back to the next door, which would be GameStop. So we came over to GameStop, and look what I found, but my problem I'm having is, you guys will probably see if I flip it around, you guys can see the box is very badly damaged. So I'm very hesitant. I don't know. They do have like these ones. There's like Rudolph. There's also like some of the older Five Nights at Freddy ones. Creature Commando. Dragon Ball Bitty Pops. Spider-Man. Mortal Kombat, which we did pick up that Scorpion the other video. There's obviously like Bleach. Doki back there. How to Train Your Dragon. Wicked. They have like Trafalgar Law. Apocalypse. Those Gundam Pops. I do see like Rivals back there. Gyoko. A couple random ones up there. If you go lower, they do have a couple pops down here if you guys want to see them. Pretty decent set. Last Ronin Raphael. But other than that, though, I'm not seeing too much. Let me show you over here. There's basically this, you guys can't see it because it's not like an outside window, but it's basically just a bunch of just that back of boxes, which we might go to the other side and show you guys after I do pick some stuff up, but this is what it looks like from the back side, nothing too specific. So let's go to the front of the window, show you guys, and then let's go back to box lunch. Like I said, outside, we have a couple random Nintendo stuff, which the Switch 2 should be dropping tomorrow, but we're not going to do anything about that review. But there's like Muicho and a couple things like that. I just wanted to kind of show this off. So you got this side of the viewing if you guys cared, but they did have a couple like stickers. That's just, you know, random stuff, that doesn't matter. But let's go do box lunch now. Over here, they do have like, I see some Bleach ones, Black Clover, Godzilla, more Bitty Pops, just random sets, 10 inches of Nezuko, Minnie Mouse, Aquaman, Little Monkey D. Luffy, and they have that new Naruto, which is kind of a cool one, honestly. Now, we did see some of these at Hot Topic, but maybe I get this one because it is kind of cool. They also have the Great White Shark, Raw Naruto with the Rasengan, Carl and Ellie, Baloo and Mowgli. But other than that, this Funko Pop session really is nothing else, so let's go back to that and show you what we did pick up, because there was some decent stuff today at the mall.
Alright guys, so now we are back and going down to Box Lunch and Hot Topic, and basically the mall, because that's what you guys saw last. Obviously, we have lots of stuff to talk about. There's a couple things we're going to be mentioning and going over because of the factor that we saw lots of stuff. We'll start with what we got at Hot Topic, because that was the first place we did go today. And as you guys saw, we did see a lot of good pops. They had that freshman year Spider-Man set. They had all the new Naruto set. They had a lot of restocks in general, which I've heard people said that they're restocking all their older pops for some reason. Which, as you guys saw, they did have, especially like Pickle Rick and some of the Stranger Things sets. However, we did end up just going for a specific set, and I ended up going for my second Sakura pop. I finally got this one. I've been talking about this for a long time. Ever since they leaked them or showcased that we were revealed that we were getting this new set, I've been saying that we need to obviously get another Sakura mold, because obviously, if you guys don't know, you guys don't see it, but in my signed collection, we actually met Kate Higgins a while back, like probably early last year, December. So we obviously met, you know, so that was the only pop I did have of Sakura, and I've talked about that I wanted another one because I'd love to showcase in the collection another pop of Sakura, but, you know, finally we got one, and then, of course, they threw it out of the ballpark. There's her throwing kunais, if you guys saw. You guys would have seen it in the close-up, but in this set, you guys already know we showcased that it's obviously Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, Iruka, and Zabuza with a couple exclusives. There's like one of Sasuke doing Chidori, and I believe there was one more, but I think it was Haku, and there might have been another one besides that. But again, we showed them in the Hot Topic, but there's the set. They didn't have Sasuke, but we still decided to get Sakura, and I figured I'd get that one because we already have loads of Narutos. Aruka's not my favorite character. I will pick him up, but he's not my favorite. Obviously, Zabuza is really cool, but obviously I wanted to get the original team right here. Team 7, the original team of Sakura right there. And it's not the original team because it was a team before this, but, you know, you guys get the gist. And then we went over to GameStop, and as you guys saw, we did find that Zoro chase. I did end up passing on it, though, because of the fact that the box is really, really damaged the more you looked at it. And I figured I'd leave it there for somebody out there that wants to collect out of box and maybe they really want it. Because I would personally not enjoy having such, because I couldn't ever do anything. I mean, I could take it out of box, of course. But then it's just, the box is so badly damaged that I couldn't, like, if I ever wanted, let's say I decided to sell my One Piece, which is probably never going to happen, I couldn't really sell that for anything, really, because it's such a bad box. So I decided to pass up on it and leave it there in hopes that someone else that decides that maybe as a Funko collector that likes One Piece, or maybe somebody that just doesn't care about out of box, will pick it up and can enjoy it in their collection. I didn't want to just take it just to take it, so I'd rather wait until we find one that's obviously in decent condition. Then led us right over to Box Lunch, which, as you guys know, there was only one pop that I really saw that I did need for the collection, and we ended up getting it. We ended up getting Naruto, which then you probably wonder, well, you could have got it at Hot Topic. I could have, but, you know, I wanted to still get it over there. It's the matter of principle. So we got this one, which, if you guys didn't know, these pops have not been hit by a price increase, so only Barnes & Noble, I guess, is the one that's gotten hit by that price increase. I don't know why. But, yeah, these were not overcharged at all. They were normal price, so that's really cool. And we obviously got Naruto now in the collection, which I know 2 seconds ago I said I was going to get, I didn't really want to get Naruto, but he was the only one there, so I decided to go for it. It was a good motive and good reasoning, of course. And he looks so cool, because he's running with his, like, his kunai, and then he has his little, the scroll, like, wrapped around him. I also really love, I don't have any other pops close by, but they gave him, and you guys already know this with all the, when we showcase the leaks, but they have different colored eyes, and I love that, because he has blue, Sakura has green, obviously Sasuke makes sense, and the rest being black would make sense, because that's what typical Funko Pops have. I think it's really cool that for some of these, they did give him the colored eyes, because this is the first Naruto pop, besides obviously when he's in, like, Tailed Beast mode, or, like, in a different, like, what would that be, mode. I guess I keep saying mode, but like when he's in Sage mode and all that other stuff. So I think this is really cool. I'm glad we were finally able to get something that's like Prudica. I think it's actually really cool. I think this whole set was really just such an out of the ballpark set, and I'm glad that they did this whole like different box. I mean, again, it's not part of, but like I talked about before, they've done that where they just everything, even though it's a different show or a different series, they put it at the same title. So I'm very happy that they did all that. Also, I got my sister's finally been watching Naruto. She's actually started on, she's like on episode 2, so this is really cool because she was actually able to see these pops and she thought they were really cool. And that's why I'm really happy that they're doing this. They did that with One Piece. They do it with a couple things actually, like they've done it with, they do it with pretty much every show, Dragon Ball, One Piece, where they release the early seasons. Like with that, they did the East Blue, and then obviously that for new people that are watching the show, you see the pops and you're like, cool, oh man, this is such a cool, and then it kind of like builds you up to the show. Because then you get pops and it continues on. Obviously, then you get deeper territory like I have, and then you want more. And this is a great way for Naruto fans. Because currently they only had Shippuden, which obviously everybody would be like, oh, it's Naruto, cool. But he's also in his like black jacket. He's not in the blue one like this. All the characters are a little more modernized. Everybody's in their Shippuden form. So I'm glad that we're getting base Naruto pops because it's really cool for early fans of the show, which obviously I'm hoping that more people watch Naruto and all these shows and get deeper into the fandom. And I'm really glad that they're doing that because it means that newer fans can pick stuff up and they're not spoiling themselves with obviously buying the pop. Because currently you can buy Naruto, so you can buy this whole set and you'd be perfectly fine because Zabuza shows up really early, like by like episode 20. So the Land of Waves arc happens pretty early. So obviously that's really nice. And I think it's really cool for fans because then you don't have to buy the new stuff. And maybe that's just my personal hot take is I prefer that they release early stuff for earlier fans. Because there are plenty of times I've watched a show and I'm like, oh man, well I don't know that character or that mold, or like if you go to AOT, they have their earlier sets and then they release their newer sets, which is perfectly how I think should happen because you could buy like season 1 through 3 Eren and you're like, oh cool, but if you didn't, let's say they reversed it and only had season 4 Eren, you'd be like, why does Eren look like this? This is nothing correlated to what the show looks like. So that's why I really like it. However, there was a lot of talking and a lot of yapping, but today completes today's video. I do apologize it's coming out super late. This whole week has just been really, really like busy for me, but I'm trying to get content out for you guys still. I still intend to stream Last of Us tonight or Marvel Rivals. I don't really know which one's going to hit first. So I do hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.